Hello guys, welcome back to another edition of the Black Star series live here on Sports Corner GH. My name is Adam. So guys, on the Black Star series, we give shout outs. If your name is here, I want to say a very big thank you to you. But if your name is not here, don't worry. Like this video, comment under this video, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll make sure to bring up your name in the next shout out list we do live here on Sports Corner GH. So guys, quickly, let's jump into it. And I'm sure most of you have come across the whole discussion and the conversation around Ghana Premier League players that should be considered for the Black Star squad in the Afcon we are going to play next year in Ivory Coast. Now, Ghana is in the same group with Egypt, Mozambique, and Cape Verde, and we need the strongest squad ever to be able to participate in the Afcon. And I've seen the whole conversation. Now, I've seen the school of thought that people say the Ghana Premier League is of low quality and these players will not impact the Black Stars. I beg to differ. See, even though the Ghana Premier League is poorly managed, I believe that there are quality players in the Ghana Premier League. These same Ghana Premier League teams are going toe-to-toe with teams in Africa, in the CAF Champions League, in the CAF Confederation Cup. We have Medeama doing well. We have Dreams FC doing well. So you can't tell me we don't have quality in the Ghana Premier League. I've said the whole post and I'm like, see, yes, even though the Ghana Premier League is not managed well, but we have quality in here. If they were paid well, I know most of them will stay. But they are not paid well. That is why some of them are leaving here to Tanzania. Some of them are leaving here to Namibia, Cape Verde, and change to play ball because Ghana here, they are not being paid well. If a footballer is paid 200 cedis, 300 cedis, how do you expect that footballer to survive? So we have quality here, but they are not paid well. And in today's video, I want to highlight 8 players in the Ghana Premier League that I believe should be considered for the Black Stars. Now, it's been reported that by 14th of December, which is today, all countries participating in the Afcon are supposed to present their provisional squad list to CAF. Now, that provisional squad list will have a limit of 55 players. And I believe that by now, Ghana would be sending this. But as the conversation is going, I believe that at least these 8 players should be considered for at least the provisional squad. And I'm going to tell you my reason why these 8 Ghana Premier League players should be considered for the Black Stars. Now, I have been a big critic of Coach Chris Hughton's squad selection, especially the previous one, where 3 players from medeama were included in the Black Star squad. I don't have a problem including a Ghana Premier League player or players in the Black Star squad, but picking all of them from one team is what I am so much against. There are other teams doing well. There are players who are doing well in those teams. Why don't you spread the call out to those players, not picking all players from one team? That is so much favoritism. And I'm going to highlight 8 players I believe that we really need to take a close look at. And you can see a play going on at my background because this is Richmond Lante, and I'll come to him and talk about him because he is the one most people are talking about. So we are going to talk about him alongside other players in the Ghana Premier League. So guys, quickly, let's begin with it. And I'm going to start with the first player's name is Manaf Umar of Iswantrumai. And Manaf Umar, let's not forget, if you follow the Ghana Premier League very well, he's a former House of Folk and also Real Tamale United midfielder, and he has been one of the breakout stars in the 2023-2024 Ghana Premier League season. Now, Manaf Umar has been the star player for Iswantrumai, and they are tied up at the top of the table with the Ghana Stars with 24 points. I stand to be corrected with the points issue. Now, the 30-year-old has 6 goals in 12 appearances this season for Iswantrumai. For a midfielder scoring 6 goals in a very competitive Ghana Premier League, I think he's one to really consider looking at his performance. So the first player is Manaf Umar of Iswantrumai, and you can see his picture on your screen. Now, let's move on to the next player, and the next player would be John Entry of Dreams FC. If you follow Dreams FC in the CAF Confederation Cup, then I believe you have come across the name John Entry, and you can see his picture on your screen. Now, John Entry is leading the charge for Dreams FC in both the CAF Confederation Cup and also the Ghana Premier League. And John Entry's influence and experience could be very crucial for the Black Stars. His recent goal scoring form and significant contribution has made him a standout player in both the Ghana Premier League and also the CAF Confederation Cup. And it's very important to take a look at these players, especially from different clubs in the Ghana Premier League. So my second player would be John Entry from Dreams FC. Now let's move on to the third player, and the third player is the one everyone is talking about. Everybody is talking about this player, and I like the PR about it. His name is Richmond Lante of Asante Kotoko. Now, Richmond Lante, I'm sure most of you have seen the video around, and the one I just played on today's video. And Richmond Lante is very, very technical, and I like him. He's the one we call the progressor when it comes to midfielder. He's the one that causes or starts the transition from defense to forward. So he's called a progressor when it comes to the midfield. Looking at how he has performed very well for Asante Kotoko, most Ghanaians are raising their voices that he should be considered for the Black Stars. Now, Lante is known for his excellent passing and also significant goal contribution for Asante Kotoko. So far in 9 games, he has given around 4 assists. I stand to be corrected. Yes, I stand to be corrected. And he's given consistent performance for Asante Kotoko. Asante Kotoko is also having back-to-back wins. And I believe that Richmond Lante has been a very crucial, element in that particular win for Asante Kotoko. And I believe he should also be considered for the Black Star squad. So the third player would be Richmond Lante of Asante Kotoko. Now, the next player would be Isaac Mensah of Aduana Stars. If you follow the Ghana Premier League currently, the top goal scorer of the Ghana Premier League currently is Isaac Mensah. The top goal scorer of the Ghana Premier League is Isaac Mensah of Aduana Stars. He has scored 9 goals in 9 appearances, or 11 appearances for Aduana Stars. 9 goals in 11 appearances for Aduana Stars. And currently, he's the top goal scorer of Aduana Stars and also the top goal scorer in the Ghana Premier League. Isaac Mensah, I believe, should also be considered. Looking at the lack of goal scoring we have in the Black Stars, we need a prolific goal scorer, whether from the Ghana Premier League or whether from somewhere else. But if you are going to take one of our own, then Isaac Mensah comes as the correct candidate for that particular position. Now, moving away from that, let's talk about the next player, who would be the 5th player, and I'm going to talk about Nuruddin Abdullahi. Now, Nuruddin Abdullahi plays for Medeama. He ended the follow-up, in the last game the Black Stars played. He didn't play in that game, but looking at how effective he has been for Medeama, playing both in the Ghana Premier League and also the CAF in the Champions League, and also the fact that the technical team and the coach were able to fish him out as one of the good players in the Ghana Premier League to be included in the Black Stars, then I believe that Nuruddin Abdullahi is one player that needs to be considered for the Black Stars. Now, this would be very important because this won't be his first rodeo. He has already gone into the Black Stars squad before. He knows how the terrain is. So going back again would be very, very easy for him. Easy to, integrate himself into the Black Stars squad. He knows at least 1 or 2 when it comes to the tactics of Coach Chris Hughton. So I believe it's one player that if you want to add to the Black Stars defense, Nuruddin Abdullahi of Medeama is one player that deserves a call-up. And so far, he has made 10 appearances for Medeama this season and deserves the call-up, as I've said earlier. Now, let's move on to another player who I believe should be in the Black Star squad or be considered for the Black Star squad. And I'm going to talk about Felix of Medeama. I've mentioned him several times when it comes to goalkeepers. And I've said that in the Black Stars, our goalkeepers are very lacking. We lack goalkeepers. Like, it's not like we don't, let me put it in this context. We don't lack goalkeepers, but we don't have good goalkeepers in the Black Stars. All we have are average goalkeepers. Because one, Richard Kofori normally gets injured and hardly plays for his club side. Also, Manaf Nuruddin hardly plays for his club side, but sometimes as a call-up. Atizigi, he plays for his club side, but also is mistake prone. Or yeah, mistakes be brave. He's mistake prone. You see that he do mistake today, do mistake. Jojo Walakot is also in the mix here too. So I believe that if you want to include a Ghana Premier League player to the Black Star squad, it should be a goalkeeper. And it used to be, Fatai. It used to be Denlad Ibrahim, sorry. It used to be Denlad Ibrahim, not Fatai Daouda, sorry. It used to be Denlad Ibrahim. But then, now, Felix is emerging as a very good goalkeeper for Medeama. If you follow the Champions League very well, there were instances where Medeama were supposed to lose games, but this goalkeeper came between Medeama losing and Medeama winning games. And Felix is a very good goalkeeper, and I believe he should be considered. Felix should be considered for the goalkeeping department. Even if he's not going to end a call-up in the final 25-man squad, at least it should be on the provisional squad list, just in case anything happens to our goalkeeper. So, guys, Felix would be my 6th player. Now, let's move on to the 7th player. And my 7th player would be Fatai Hamidu. Now, Fatai Hamidu has earned a call-up back-to-back to the Black Stars. Now, Coach Hughton and the technical team believe that he has the expertise to be in the Black Stars. He has played under Coach Hughton, so going back to the squad wouldn't be any big deal. We also saw him playing that left-back position, so I believe he's a very good player for the Black Stars. Now, let's talk about the 8th player, and the 8th player would be Augustin Okra. Augustin Okra for Bichem United. Now, Augustin Okra earned a call-up to the Black Stars before and then decided to opt out of the Black Stars. Then went to a team in Tanzania called Simba FC. And they came back to Bichem United. And currently, he's doing so well. And see, this guy is on top form for Bichem United. So Augustin Okra is on top form for Bichem United. So far, Augustin Okra has scored 6 goals in 12 appearances for Bichem United, performing so well so far, and I believe that he's one player we really need to consider for the Black Star squad. Augustin Okra is my 7th player from Bichem United, Augustin Okra. Now, the 8th player would be Jonathan Sowa. Now, Jonathan Sowa is doing so well to the extent that the likes of El Ali, Mamelodi Sundowns are all interested in signing him. He plays for Medeama, and he's doing so well this season for Medeama. Now, for Medeama, he has scored 6 goals in 13 appearances for Medeama, and has also scored a total goals of 18 in 33 appearances since joining the club. He's doing so well for Medeama and also helping them in the Ghana Premier League alongside the CAF Champions League. And he has also earned a call-up to the Black Star squad. He gave an assist in his first game he played against Liberia. So I believe that if he wants players to join the Black Stars, these are the 8 players I believe should be part of the Black Star squad. And you can see their names on the screen. Their names here and the teams they play for. Jonathan Sowa, Augustin Okra, Omar. I mean, the names goes on. Let's please take a note of these players and they should be considered for the Black Star squad. Let me know your thoughts about it down below in the comment section. Thanks for joining me on the Black Star series. My name is Adam. I'll make sure to see you in the next video. Charlie, we go live.